This is not a glow up. This is me documenting coming back from what felt like burnout as a nurse, as a mom, as a wife, as a human being going through the world right now. And I kind of feel like I'm trying to figure out what tools are working for me right now and kind of just wanted to document the journey. I am about to turn 45 in a few weeks. I think that's important to say right away because I am not here to reinvent myself or like some big transformation or whatever. I am just trying to figure out the tools that are working for me right now and sharing that along the way. I feel like I've done the burnout thing once or twice. I've tried a few things and I'm just coming back to what feels good for me right now. So, as far as burnout, the first time I noticed that it was more than just being tired or stressed out or PMSing or whatever like you want to call it. It was just more, it was like when it was harder to start working out. I didn't want to socialize. I didn't want to go out and be with people. Music didn't feel the way that it used to feel. I remember this one specific time that the kid, like, this was one of the first times that I really experienced burnout that it scared the bejesus out of me. Um, the kids, it was about 10 years ago, and the kids were maybe 5 and 3, and they were jumping on the bed and we were playing music or whatever, and like I'm trying to like be happy or whatever, and I was just like sitting there and I felt nothing. I was completely numb. There was just no feeling whatsoever. I felt so terrible. Just like it was a lot. And it was so much that like that was like one of the moments that like made me reach for help because um I knew that's not the type of mom I wanted to be or like the way that I want to show up. And it felt like I had no control over the feeling. Like I was trying to like juice me up and spark spark the Nancy in me up, and nothing was working. And that was so scary for me. One of the things I remember is like the like specifically was the song of Justin Timberlake, "Can't Stop the Feeling." That song was playing, and like it didn't even make me smile. Like there was just like that song always like I could feel it in my body, and that wasn't there, and that was just so scary for me. But yeah, those scary moments and like my rock bottoms, they pushed me to make change and seek help and try new things because at that point like I'd do anything like not to feel like that. So I think that one of the ways that like being a nurse tied into like the burnout feeling was in that time I had zero boundaries. It was just yes and give all of me to my nursing. And that was from saying yes to overtime or picking up extra shifts or giving my all to the patients. And it's hard because it's a broken system. You know, you're trying to do the best for the patients, you're trying to do with the doctors, and you're trying to please a million people, and there's a million ways to do the right thing, and you're constantly asking yourself, yes, no, did I do it right or whatever. Like it's just constant. I think that the system will just suck out of you until you say you can't anymore, you know. And it was hard because I didn't have a voice for myself to be able to say I can't or not right now or maybe another day or like things like that I learned as I got older. I didn't have that when I was young, so those were like things that I had to learn that added to that moment of numbness. Like the nursing part is like pulling you and tugging you and sucking the life out of you in one way, and then like as a mom you're like pulled over here, and then as a wife you're like everything just pulls out of you, and you lose yourself, and it's a very scary feeling when you like realize that that's happening to you. Looking back, I think that I normalized a lot of things that just weren't sustainable. Overeating, cookies and energy drink. Back then, I wasn't moving my body at all, or if I did move my body, it was in a punishing way. You have to do this to lose weight, like versus like to feel good. I remember like going to like when Harold and I like worked in the ICU and the ER, like we'd like finish our charting or whatever, and then you'd go to get an energy drink and a cookie and just kind of like survive what was left of the shift, and then we'd go home and just watch TV for hours before we had kids and just like not not feel what the day had, like what the day we had just experienced. Like luckily, as both of us being nurses, like we knew that we both just went through hell, um but there was no words to say like that was hard or like. And me, like with all my emotions, like sometimes I would come home and there was just like I would just cry and break down, and like there was no one to even say that that was normal back then. So I thought that I was like actually crazy. Or baby nurse Nancy. And then physically, anxiety and palpitations and like thinking there was something wrong with my back. I was in my 30s then, and I was like, oh my god, my body's like falling apart on me. It was stress. Like those were like symptoms of like over stress, and like I didn't know. I just didn't know. You don't know what you don't know. So why didn't I make change or whatever? Like first I didn't know. That wasn't even an option. Like for me, it was just like you go to work, you show up, you do the thing, go until you like. There was no idea of rest for me in my brain. Yeah, it was just like failure is not an option. You just keep going. Like this is the way that it's supposed to be, and it's supposed to be hard. Like that was the mindset. You know, later I learned to to soften that a bit, but it's still like one of those core beliefs, you know. And I strive and go and until I burn out and I crash and burn. I'm like, what am I doing here? I'm here again. The blows don't come as hard as they used to when I was younger because I don't let it get so bad. I catch it before I start to feel things. But now with freaking hormones and perimenopause and all the things, like I'm under control again, and I'm like, oh my god, you know, like so you can't. It's a wild ride being a woman. At the end of the day, like you'll go, and then you're it works until it doesn't work, and your body will literally shut down. And that's how it felt for me. Like I couldn't make decisions. I couldn't function. Like it got scary, you know. The way that it led up to that moment with the kids was I was had been training for my marathon, and you know, you're doing all the things and you're showing up and you're doing the runs and blah blah blah. And I do my marathon. I yay, I'm a marathoner. And then I didn't run another day after my marathon, and like I didn't realize then that running was like helping shift my mood and giving me like good vibes in the inside, and like it was actually like good for me. And so a few months after not running and not moving my body, and like plus the stress and plus the parenting and plus, I like broke down. And that was just like again a lesson I had to learn. And like, you know, through that I've learned that moving my body is good for me. It regulates my body space to think. It helps with hormones and regulation and all that. You don't realize that all those things are happening if all you're doing is like must work out to lose weight, you know. Like you miss out on all the benefit like that you're gaining from moving your body. Nowadays I think that it's not only running. Like I understand more that it's moving my body, and what I can do on that day, whether it's riding the bike or doing yoga or stretching or walking or hiking or strength training. Or I, I'm an avid Pelotoner. It just I really see the benefit that it gives me, but also the reality of like, even though I know how good it's going to make me feel, I resist it like with all of me. Like I will wait till the last minute, and like if I don't know, or I'll skip a few days and like be in a corner crying and like really, why did this happen? It's because you didn't work out, you didn't move your body. Like this is important for you. I'm learning to be graceful and do what I can on the days. Like it doesn't always have to be 110%. Anything is better than nothing. I'm learning to accept that more. I think it sounds super cliche or whatever, but like really how important it is to rest and drink the water and get off the phone and touch grass and like slow down and spend time with your family. Like all those things are like really super important. Even learning to slow down and be in softness is like something that needs to be practiced. My brain will get stuck in the idea that like you're not allowed to rest or whatever. I'll go with work and the kids and family and house things and all of the things. And then like specifically now during Christmas time, it was just like the holidays and all of the things and all of the emotions and like just everything on top of itself. And then I decided to skip my workouts, and like it all like piled up on itself. And then like I couldn't like make a decision whether to make Harold happy or to make the kids happy or to make my mom happy. But like at the end of the day, I had to make me happy, and I didn't know what I wanted, and that was so frustrating and so like I was just like crippled into like nothingness that night. And but you know, like those moments also remind me that like you gotta make a change, and you gotta, you know, something's gotta give, and something there you can't keep doing the same thing because you're gonna get the same results. So so for right now, what's been helping me is definitely like slowing down and journaling. I'm not good at it. Like as far as like in a perfect world, I'd sit and I do it every single day, and I I don't know, it would be perfect because that's what my brain thinks it needs to be. Um, but the little bit that I have shown up for it has loosened my heart, and like softened my heart, and just helped me have a little bit more clarity on what I want, and given me space to dream about the future. And if you find yourself in this season of life, and this kind of stuff interests you, please follow along because I am documenting it and showing up for myself and seeing if I could be a better version of me for 45. Nice to meet you.